What about Bob?
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 Oh, there's Bob.
What about Bob? Bob with the dab torch on.
Ready?
Yep.
2, ready, go. Grab your friends and gather around. Hear the stories when you're down. With songs and smiles for miles. If you're looking for a place to go, I know one hell of a show. There's a place that'll make you glad. Opposite of being sad. DickandDank.com. DickandDank.com.
Well, welcome back to Dope Discussions with Dick and Dank here in the Kentucky Oasis once again. Notice, Dick, I got you here. I did not put you under the shuffleboard table this time.
I noticed that. I feel a little bit. I feel good about it.
Yeah, oh, good.
Yeah. I feel like you're not trying to. I feel like I'm invited back for one more episode.
At least one.
At least one.
I even turned the TV on this time to
I know.
make you feel more comfortable and stick around.
I know we're watching some snowboarding. I don't know where they're at, but it's cool as shit.
It is cool. It's X Games, some shit somewhere. Waiting for playoff football coming on today. That's what I'm out here in the Kentucky Oasis. Got the 76-inch TV fired up, ready for some playoff football. But first, we got our awesome, fantastic guest. He goes by Tinfoil Sombrero too. But if you find him on X, he's also at NoSteppy420. But we're going to call him Bob because that's a lot easier and less of a mouthful. So, Bob, welcome. Thank you for joining Dick and Dank here today.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on here.
Yeah, it's appreciate it. Now Dick had found you. Now, how did you guys know each other? You found each other
On X. We seem to kind of quote unquote run around in the same type of circle.
All right.
A little bit different backgrounds, but we kind of have a same common goal between cannabis and agriculture. And I think we kind of tend to talk to the dipshits on X that say stoners are a bunch of lazy bastards and say, hey, look at us.
Right.
We're not lazy.
No, not at all.
You know,
again, like we've mentioned before, we use it every day. Using it as medicine.
Yep.
What was that name in the company we're talking about? The ready for use, the ocular device.
Yeah.
Where at some point they're going to get to where it's an ocular device you put on your face, and it's going to see if you're ready for duty, regardless of what you're on, whether it's your cannabis, alcohol, prescription medications, you're overtired. It's going to be able to check through your retina and your eye movements that, you know what, you're not fit for duty. You're not alert enough to be in this environment.
Right.
So, Bob, what do you think about that?
Well, I think that the big brother will always have his hands over us all. So unless you're willing to totally unplug and live off the grid, you're pretty much married to it. Look at our devices we use every day.
Exactly.
Yep. So what is your story? I mean, you've kind of told me a little bit on direct message, and I picked up here and there, but you tell your story.
What's your
us-
relationship to cannabis?
Yeah.
My relationship to cannabis started out as how do I get this product that alleviates pain, basically turns off my brain to the point where I can feel and act like a normal person rather than going 100 miles an hour all day long. But at that time, and in the place I was living, good old Texas, it was $60 an eighth. And if you're lucky, you find it at $3.50 an ounce, and that adds up pretty quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
So growing up in agriculture on a farm, it's pretty easy to put seeds in dirt, add water and nutrients, and voila.
Right.
I've also been the kind of guy that if I find an open rabbit hole to go down, I try to learn everything I can about it. So that started reading every cannabis grow Bible I could get my hands on, and had a tent with a high pressure sodium and busted out enough crop to keep myself medicated year round.
Nice. How long ago was this roughly?
2012.
Oh, okay. So not all that long ago.
No, at that time, I mean, that was my first green thumb. College, I was smoking it for other reasons.
as most
All
are.
right, if we want to start there, so if you've listened to an episode, something we ask everybody is, can you tell us about your first time?
Oh, that's easy. Dorm life, livestock judging team on scholarship, lazy Saturday, go to a pond to go fishing. Made my way around the pond to that group of guys. To 2 hits off the blunt towards the end of the day, and there's a large group of us, baseball team, everybody who lived in the dorms were friends. And the mile walk back to the truck, man, that had to have taken, I mean, it felt like the rest of the day. Went and set my
motion.
butt in my recliner in my dorm, ate a box of oatmeal cream pies and a 2-liter Mountain Dew, and was a happy guy the rest of the day.
Absolutely.
So how long ago was that?
2006.
Okay.
2006.
Do you want to say where you went to college at, or no?
This little podunk school in East Oklahoma, south of Muskogee.
I got you. I just think it's interesting that you said livestock judging team and you're getting stoned. Like, I get it and you
Right.
get it, but most of our listeners are like, wait, what? Like, they're drinking Busch Light and fucking Black Velvet.
We did a lot of that.
I mean, what's wrong with Busch Light and Black Velvet?
Nothing's wrong. I'm just saying. Like,
I'm a Kessler's man myself, but still.
well, I was a Kessler's man myself too, when back in the day, but
Well, that's what was in the cabinet, so that's what I snuck. Kessler's and Coke, man.
and cheap.
Oh yeah.
We're a bunch of poor farm kids, so it was a lot of Kentucky Deluxe.
Ooh, I've not heard of that.
Me neither. Is that like old granddad or something?
Man, y'all have never been that broke, and I'm happy for you.
Or that far south, maybe. I don't know.
I've been that far south, but apparently I have. I think
But
I
not
haven't
that
been,
broke when you're that far
apparently not.
south.
I'm going to go with that one.
There you go.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so that you were introduced in the mid 2000s, and then you started growing 5-6 years later, roughly.
Then I put my thumb away for a while.
Okay.
Focused on career, and then decided I needed to move home to take care of farm stuff with the family. And now I'm out in no man's land, nothing but pivots and orchards.
Yep.
And I can't find any good weed to save my life. So I was like, well, here we go again. Now, luckily, at that time, Arizona was medically legal. So you could get licensing that would keep you out of jail.
Okay.
So that was a nice bonus. First time in my life to be able to do anything with the plant and avoid prison.
That's nice. Yeah.
And so therein lies like the fun. I decided I was going to grow weed right next to a federal border patrol checkpoint, just because that's where the farm is.
All right.
And so when what you're doing
Is that where the good weed comes in from?
man, like it's close. It's 30 miles to Mexico.
Oh man.
So like the U.S. Border Patrol has for decades had essentially a dragnet on all these major highways that go north and south to our port cities.
Okay.
There's just a checkpoint there, and they stop every car, and there's a narcotics dog that'll circle your vehicle while the agent at your window asks you if you're United States citizens and where you're going, where you come from. Have a nice day. Dog didn't hit. Next. And so when your farm is what you would call neighbor, because they're the closest thing resembling people to the east,
Yep.
that's where you grow pot.
See, I follow the logic. Seems smart.
Right.
Got you.
Yeah.
Right
But,
under their
yeah.
noses.
Yeah. Keep it in their own backyard. I mean, I saw Breaking Bad, like
Yeah,
right in
yeah.
your own backyard. No
Yeah,
clue.
yeah. What is it about? Oh no, wait, that's New Mexico.
Well, I mean, so that's good that you listen to Stogner because she's in Texas as well. Now, I'm assuming you listened to the first time we talked to her, which was episode 33, which I think we released early because she was so awesome. But then we just talked to her again, episode 42, and that was our latest episode. Just came out. What's today? Today's today just came out today. Yeah, so we're trying to be like a week behind, be consistent on our episodes, weekly episodes. So we talked to Stogner last week and put her right on our various places you can listen, Instagram, YouTube. And now I don't even remember all the places.
You're too high.
I am a little high. I'll tell it at the end.
YouTube, Spotify, iTunes.
There you go.
Blue Sky. Wait,
No.
that's where we're just
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Anyway, we'll
Okay,
we'll get to that at the end.
so-
Anyway, back
so-
to Bob.
Back to Bob.
What about
and,
Bob?
And growing weed by the Border Patrol.
Man, that's balls. Big balls.
Before you so rudely
You're my kind
interrupted
of guy. I mean, I'm a little dank, I like to think, and I like to do dumb shit. It's all fun and games as long as you can get away with it, right? The law is a suggestion. It's all about getting caught.
So
Fine
therein
line.
lies the first part of my handle no steppy, which is an ode to don't tread on me.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
now the man, whether he's red or blue, just the man,
Yeah.
will always try to tread on you.
Uh-huh.
And if you let him, that's because you don't know your rights.
Agreed.
So I
Truth.
urge everybody to learn to the letter their constitutional rights. You can do a lot of things in this country that they tell you you're not allowed to do.
That is fair.
Truth.
That is fair.
Truth.
So what I was doing was completely legal. At that time, I had 3 different cannabis licenses because it was only medically legal.
Okay.
I had a patient license. I had a caregiver's license, which means I cultivated for other folks, which allowed me to cultivate more than 12 plants.
Nice.
Okay.
Right? It takes a long time to accumulate pounds of cannabis with 12 plants.
Yes.
Right.
And then also, I worked at a very large greenhouse facility that was major company. It was 9 acres under glass at the time in their nursery. Clones to juvenile plants before they hit the big part of the greenhouse to go to flower.
Okay. Now this
so
is
I
a
had to-
legit company that
Yep.
you're working for. Okay, gotcha.
You can
In
find
addition
them
to your
under
own.
Sunday Goods
Okay.
in Arizona.
Okay. Okay.
And so I had a dispensary agent license as well. So I was licensed to the hilt. Now, here's what happens when the Border Patrol finds your weed, because it's federally illegal,
Right.
number one, right?
Right.
Yep.
They say, we're seizing this and you're free to go. The reason they're seizing it is because it's federally illegal. But the reason you're free to go is because the federal government has zero power to arrest you. They have to call the local sheriff to do that.
Okay.
The local sheriff is not going to arrest you for something they view as legal. So you're free to go.
Oh, okay.
Right on.
So as long as you don't let them put their hands on your cannabis, you will keep it.
Oh. So what you're saying is when they're like, we're going to take this and you're free to go, you're going to say, no, you're not. I'm keeping
Well, at
it.
that point, I got a story for you.
Okay.
Because at that point, you're never going to get that batch back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the time, I'm living north of this checkpoint. My mom and dad's farm's here. It's where my farm is.
Okay.
And my dispensary, per se, is south of said checkpoint.
Okay.
So I go to the dispensary. I've got an ounce. It's in my car. I'm licensed to the hilt, and I think I'm awesome. And I hit the checkpoint. And the dog circles, and they secondary inspection me.
Uh-oh.
So I get out, and they go, is there weed in the car? I go, yeah, it's right there. You got your license? Yeah, here they are. And they go disappear for a little while, and they come back, and they say, we're seizing this, and you're free to go. To which point I objected and said, no, you're not. That's my medicine. That's my licensed medicine.
Yeah.
I need that back. You're not going to take that from me. They laughed and said, no, you're free to go. So instead, I called 911
Uh-oh.
and I reported a robbery.
Nice. Somebody just stole my medicine.
And I told the 911 operator that federal agents have just stolen my medicine and that I would like a sheriff to come to the checkpoint and at least explain my rights to me.
Uh-huh. Fair.
Yeah.
So that happened. She asked if I was serious, and
Yeah.
in fact, he showed up. Now, everyone dies famous in a small town. Luckily, that sheriff is one of my dear friends from Little League days. We go back.
Oh, nice.
And so he gets out and he says, word for word, Compa, call your lawyer.
Okay.
I said, no, I'm not going to call my lawyer. That costs more than the bag. He said, what do you want? And I says, I got to know what to do next time. Because the dispensary's south, house is north. Am I to drive the back road that all the narcos drive, the dirt roads, just to avoid this checkpoint like all the coyotes do that haul drugs and illegals
Right.
through here?
Just so I can take my
to
medicine
avoid
home.
these guys?
Right.
So I can keep my meds?
Right.
At which point he said, look, the next time they secondary you just call me immediately. You have them call me immediately. You don't let them search.
Okay.
Now, once I arrive, the search is now mine. So anything I find, you'll keep.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That was the last time the federal government took any cannabis from me.
No shit.
Nice.
How many times has this happened to you since? More than once. I can tell that.
It's fun when there's plants in the car. It's a totally different thing, but it's the same.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got dozens of Border Patrol stories that involve cannabis. Most of the time, it's just these guys trying to do their job.
Sure.
And if they had a little bit different set of rules to enforce, it wouldn't even be an issue. And that was then, and this is now. Things have changed.
Right.
Arizona's a recreational state. Our government has put the urge to reclassifying cannabis, thankfully.
Yeah.
About time.
Declassify would be nice, but
Right.
reclassification's nice.
It's a step.
Well, it's a good thing we're talking about this because in a couple of weeks, I'm going fishing up in northern Minnesota up on the border. So there is a chance I'm going to run into Border Patrol.
Now, what's the difference between the Northern Border Patrol and the Southern Border Patrol? There's a big difference.
They're
I'd
the
imagine.
same.
The same?
It's the
Trained
same,
the same?
agency. It's the same guys. It's the same rules.
Okay.
The only thing that's different is what does the local law say in Minnesota?
I think it's recreationally legal now.
Is it?
I think. It's
I don't know. They should be a lot more chill in Minnesota than if it was.
right.
Because they sure as fuck ain't, I can tell you that.
Right. No, I think it's recreationally legal in Minnesota, so it probably won't get fucked with. But if I do, I'm going to ask him to call the sheriff right away and take my chances with the sheriff.
I would.
All right.
Don't let the feds have you.
No, fuck. I hope.
So you're saying because it's legal here in Illinois, if we're out doing anything and we want, because Banjo, my wife's paranoid, if we get known someday, they're going to know we're high because we're high all the time because we talk about it while recording high. If we go somewhere and record and then want to go home, oh God, they're going to pull you over, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, first of all, in my feeling, they'd have to pull me over for a reason. Am I speeding? Did I do anything?
Right.
There has to be cause. And I can guarantee you I drive very cautiously when on cannabis. But
yeah, we say there has to be cause, but
I
the
guess
three
that's
of
what
us
she's
know
saying.
that
If they
ain't the
know
case.
it, they're going to pull us over. Oh, you've got weed. And then, so call my sheriff, you think. But I guess around here, I'm going to get pulled over by the sheriff. But
No one's going to care.
right.
Unless you're the producer or trafficker, they don't care about the end user. They got other things to deal with, as
Right.
I've heard them say from
Yeah.
time to time.
right.
But they catch you with plants. What's that look like when you get pulled over and you got them plants? I'm assuming clones or something in the back, or yeah.
So was the high from telling those guys to fuck off and keeping your shit and driving away better than the weed high? No, you still shit your pants every time.
It's still scary as shit, man.
Yeah,
I bet,
it is.
yeah.
I bet it is.
Every time. I mean, I haven't been pulled over in a while, but in my youth, I got pulled over quite a few times. And man, that heart, when it jumps, as soon as you see those cherries turn, it's like, fuck.
Right.
Instant regret.
But that instant gave me a lot of credit, a lot of street cred with the local sheriff's office. Because, I got pulled over for 7 different violations about a week after that incident, and I was guilty of all of them. Speeding, no seatbelt, trailer with no lights, it's night. Like, I'm just trying to get home with a bunch of tools in the back.
Right.
And those sheriff's deputies, and I quote, said, "You got brass balls, man." And I
No
said,
shit.
"Why? What do you mean?" He says, "You called 911 on the feds for taking your weed." I said, "Them fuckers robbed me."
It's fucking awesome, man.
You should be a legend. How are you not an internet
And so now they
legend?
pull you over as often as they can because of that, or what?
There's a mix of it. Some of them are just good old boys I've known since we're kids, and they call you over to bullshit. It's like
fair
everyone
enough.
dies famous in a small town.
Sure.
It still makes you
for
shit your
instance,
pants.
One day I pull up to the checkpoint and I don't have anything on me. And the agent there is one of those guys. He's on my little league team. We go way back, and he's a good dude, good family man.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Hey man, I see you taking Ghost Town Trail. Like, just know when I see you drive that road, I know you got weed. I'm gonna pull you over." And I said, "Well, that's great, man. I'm gonna have you laughed out of court." And he said, "Why?" And I said, "It must be shift change. There's 5 witnesses that you just said this in front of that you're gonna profile me. A judge will toss this immediately. Don't with me, man. I know what I'm doing."
Right?
But it's small town America. But things are quiet now. The border's closed. Nothing comes.
Are you?
The checkpoints are closed.
Really?
So it's nice.
Is that where you're at?
No, I
Okay.
live in East Oklahoma.
Okay, I tried to leave that. I didn't know if you wanted to say it. or
So
not,
so right now it's closed. Like nobody's getting through at all. No visitors. All right.
No,
I
sir.
didn't know that. North and south?
I don't know about north, but
Okay.
I can attest to south.
All right.
I got you.
The whole border closed.
At least across southern Arizona.
All right.
I've got family that farm and ranch all the way up and down that border and friends, and they're happy.
Yeah.
That's cool. You know, I've often wondered over the last however many years, not to get off in the weeds politically, but just I've often kind of wondered, like, if I farmed down by the border, would I think differently about a lot of this bullshit?
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Well, I mean, how do you feel then?
Not to get off in the weeds as far as red or blue. This has been an issue for decades,
yep,
regardless of party and power.
yep.
And to put it bluntly, I've only seen real change in the last 4 years,
Okay.
or 6 years. You know, Trump, for all he is, has been the only one to actually deliver something to our border security.
Okay. Now,
And everybody
Yeah.
else just says what they want to on TV, but they're all guilty of the same crimes.
For sure, for sure. Now, when you're talking about this, how is it affecting you, like on a day-to-day basis? So it's people obviously coming across the border now. Are they stealing? Are they getting your stuff and finding your car and just trying to get the fuck away, or what's that like? How does it affect you, like on a day-to-day? Is what I'm saying.
Over the years, 90 times out of 100, 9 times out of 10, it's always been a migrant who's on foot, who needs food, water, and a phone
okay.
because they're trying to get somewhere north.
Right.
Okay.
The rest of the time, it's drugs and narcotics, and you finding hundreds of pounds of drugs on your farm and having to call the sheriff to come pick them up.
Uh-huh.
Because when you live around that checkpoint, all of the drug narcotics go around it to avoid detection.
They go to
And
it,
so if your
but then go
farm is in
around.
that pathway that rainbows around that checkpoint, you're going to deal with it.
Yeah.
Like I've seen the United States Border Patrol write my parents a check for fence in their garage one morning because they spent the night chasing traffickers with helicopters and stuff, and me and my brother are gathering cattle that day.
Jeez. Oh, fuck that.
Now, do you have cattle then on that land right next there, or what is it? Is it farmland right next to the border then, to the wall or whatever's there?
It's a mix. It's a mix. So most of it's crop field. It's a valley.
Okay.
It's a nice valley, and so the bottom of the valley is mostly crops, center pivot, and as you get towards the hills, that's all state land lease and private owned ranches. So there's cattle everywhere through there.
I'm saying
And
if
then
you
it's
have
national
cattle,
forest.
you have electric fence. I mean, does that help on your border if you use an electric fence at least?
Electric fence doesn't really work in the desert. It needs moisture.
Okay.
You have barbed wire fence.
Okay.
Oh, I never thought about You mean,
I never would have considered that.
no, never in a million. I've been a farmer my
You know,
whole
we
life.
just had
and I didn't know
a
that.
little electric fence, just a little wire, and the cow gets close, zaps him, and he walks away. But
Right.
you could put up a bigger electrical fence. But you're saying because it's so dry, it's just useless, huh?
It's hit or miss. It works good in the summer during monsoon season when the humidity's up.
Really?
Okay.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
okay.
I never would have.
I got you. So did they ever fuck with your plants that you were growing?
No.
The people coming through, the border people.
No, that I never had to deal with that, unfortunately. Like, and I never had to deal with thieves or, just like it was nice, but it was annoying.
Yeah, that's
and
So it's the drug running that comes through there, and they're sneaking around the border and just leaving shit, and just having you interact with the sheriff all the time, just a fucking mess all the time. Which
right,
we
you're known to law enforcement in your local community. That's never a good thing.
Right.
Right.
Well, when we were talking to Stogner, she's in the oil country, and same thing where the drug cartels are coming up there and around the oil rigs. We were watching Landman, and I asked her how accurate it is, and she said it's pretty close, as far as the cartels are related. So yeah, the same thing to you. So I get it now, because we're so far, we're Illinois, so we're way up north,
Yeah.
we don't see any of that
Unless you come in the fucking Lake Michigan or some shit.
right
So
coming up the Mississippi River.
So what's the situation in Oklahoma? Is it medically legal or
Yeah,
is it recreational now? I can't remember.
It's only medical,
Okay.
but that's fine. Like,
I mean, you can grow your own, and you have the ability to grow your own, so you're fine.
yeah. It's fine medically because it keeps the thumbprint of cannabis down.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've been to Oklahoma, but when they legalized, they went from having the most strict cannabis laws in the whole country to the most liberal, even though it's only medical.
Okay.
When you apply for cultivation licenses, unlimited is an option.
Wow.
Oh.
So you're talking, you go to some of these small towns that have a Dollar General and a gas station or two, and they have 5 dispensaries.
Holy shit.
Because it's
Quote
unlimited
unquote
growth.
medical.
Right.
And that's when they first started. So, since,
We know
the
how
strong
easy it is to
survive
get a
and
medical card.
the
Chronic
weak go
pain.
out,
Yeah.
but it's pretty liberal here. Like, people don't care. And I think that's the vibe for most of America.
Yep.
Is that they don't care. And there'll be some people that just stay on reefer madness until the day they pass, and that's fine.
Generationally, I think we're getting to the point of the people that are still out here and active are the people that don't care. Our generation,
Well, there'll come a day where I don't have to hide behind anonymity to protect my job because of cannabis.
Well, and that's what we're trying to do with this show is we're trying to educate, inform, and let people know that you can smoke cannabis and be an upstanding citizen in the community, fully committed to your occupation, your job, your family. Stogner says it makes her a better mom. I feel it makes me a better husband and father, and just the shit I can get done around the house thanks to cannabis.
Now, some dickhead rancher in Nebraska says the only stoners he knows are lazy as fuck. So
he needs to meet better stoners then.
apparently, he said he'd come and meet fucking Bob someday, but I don't think he's gonna meet me. He thinks I'm mad.
Well, and I try to sow some respect into all of it because, at this point, when you're talking to that guy in Nebraska who has a very closed sense of everything, it's not that what he's going to read. It's what the 330, 400 people are going to also read that you wrote.
You're right.
And so I don't argue back with him of, hey man, I'm this guy that works and serves in my community and has a great life and a great wife and is a truly blessed man because I work my ass off and I get high every day too. Like, I don't need to prove anything to that guy because he'll still be the way he is 20 years from now. God bless him.
True.
Right. I mean, you have what you want, you're getting what you need. And like me, I'm saying, just leave me the fuck alone. Let me do what I need to do, and I'll leave you the fuck alone. As long as you're not harming me or the people I know and love, then dude, I don't care.
I am happier about Oklahoma's gun laws versus California. I was so happy to get away from California.
I'll bet. Where are we at in California?
I was lucky enough to have a commercial cannabis farm in the Emerald Triangle in southern Humboldt County.
No shit. We were up there 2 summers ago.
Really?
Took the boys to see the redwoods. Stayed 40 minutes south of Crescent City, California.
Okay.
So, yeah. So we're going down some road, and I took a right. When I go to those places, I like to fucking explore.
Yeah.
I got a big truck. Like my wife, if we go to a mountain, my wife knows that don't tell us to go see a mountain because I'm going to the fucking top. If there's a road, I'm fucking going.
Right.
Anyway.
I mean, why else do we come here?
Right. So anyway, I pulled into some fucking trailer park up there, and it was like The Walking Dead. Like there was a little girl. Dude, I made 3 trips through that place because I thought I saw a little girl get abducted, and I still never found her. And I couldn't call 911 because there was no fucking cell service.
You don't think she just lived there?
So, I didn't finish telling the story. Sorry, I'm high.
I saw a little girl.
My wife and
she could live there.
My wife and I and the kids are driving down the street in my truck, and there's this little girl, 5 years old, on a bike pedaling away, and there was a car following her.
Okay.
And so we went around, and I turned, and I was like, man, I hope that car wasn't going to abduct that little girl, So I swung back around. They're all fucking gone. Gone. But
the car could have went on and she went home, but they could have scooped her up and raced off.
I'm not saying that she got abducted. I'm just saying that it was this place was fucking weird, man.
You're on the res at that point if you're 40 minutes south of Crescent City.
There's a res?
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't know that.
There are several Indian reservations in Northern California.
I didn't know that.
Maybe it's some weird Indian shit you saw.
Yeah, I have no idea. But it was...
Maybe you saw a ghost.
No, it was... But it's fucking beautiful up there. Holy shit.
One of the most beautiful places I've ever been, let alone fortunate enough to live.
Yeah. Yeah. The Pacific Coast Highway up there, if somebody from Iowa or Illinois drives that, you wonder how in the hell do people not die on this every single day?
Right?
I mean, they do, but you know what I mean? Holy fuck.
All right, so you told us about your first time. Now, your method of choice, you smoke flower?
Socially.
Socially? Otherwise,
So if I were there with you guys, I'd burn joints with you. Yeah, no problem.
all right. But otherwise, dabs?
I'm all about efficiency. Let's just do a dab.
All
I
right.
got you.
So if you want to get a laugh, you can listen to episode 2, Dab and Dick, when we tried dabs the old school way, because we don't have a dab rig or nothing. So,
And we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
right, because we're Dick and
Oh,
Dick.
dude, my first dab was way more intense than my first time. That's for sure.
Tell us about that. Tell about your first dab.
So I'm in Denver, and we're at this place called I Bake, which is basically a bar, but instead of alcohol, it's cannabis.
Okay.
And it's bring your own.
Okay.
So picture a place where people are hanging out and they sell munchies, and there's board games and video games and just
Sure.
everything a stoner could want to hang out with people with.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's where we are.
Okay.
Perfect. We need that around here.
Right.
I thought it was really cool. It's a cannabis club, I guess is what they officially called it. But I did my first dab, and wow, that paranoia comes over you. Like, I'm not safe here for some reason.
Oh,
and so I
shit.
find myself out in my car, and I've never been too stoned to drive. And luckily, when I turned the key, I decided that, yes, this is, we're too stoned and we're just going to sit here. So 3 hours later, I found it in myself to restart the car.
Oh my God.
See, that's what's nice about cannabis. When you have too much, you at least have the wherewithal to realize, I shouldn't be doing this.
I was thankful that, I was on the edge of a green out is what I call it.
Yeah.
That I backed away from it.
Holy so how now that place, did they provide the dab rig or dab tools, or you got to bring that too? They provide that.
You bring the
folks
product, and then
Folks did, but if all you walked in there with was a jar of weed or a jar of dabs, don't worry.
they
That's
got you.
cool.
They got you, or they sell any form of blunts or papers that you could ever want. And
They
it's
got
a
all
pretty
the
cool place.
accessories you need, and then all the entertainment you need. You just bring the weed. I like it. So it's kind of similar to Big Daddy Dan and his. He's got a weed-friendly VRBO, if you will, in Savannah, Illinois, where the 4th floor overlooks the river, but the 2nd and 3rd floor, he's a tattoo artist on the 1st floor, and then the 2nd and 3rd floor, you bring your own weed, but there's like a scavenger hunt when you check in to find the glass pipes and stuff to smoke your weed once you stay there. So it's pretty cool. So if you're ever in the area, it's a nice choice to stay at.
Yeah.
All right, so your method of choice, you're going to dab as a necessity for your medicine, if you will, but you'll smoke flower casually for socially, if so to say, and then your reason for use was kind of a mental health kind of thing. Very similar as you described it that I take it for.
Well, and more so like Dick, like I've got some major surgeries that I've went through and have dealt with pain from that too, and do not like opiates.
Right.
They never really worked with me, but cannabis would give me the relief, at least from some of that, pain. And so some people take Tylenol, some people smoke a joint.
Right.
I'm just going to smoke a joint.
Exactly. And then that's what kind of my whole reason for this show is just to educate cannabis so that everybody else in the world can just, I'm smoking weed, yes, but I use it medically. Just leave me the fuck alone. Don't look at me funny just because I want to smoke weed out here.
Right. Yeah. Did you hear about in South Dakota that where they had that bill to I fucked this.
Yeah, in South Dakota they rejected a bill to let terminally ill patients use cannabis in hospitals. Like, isn't that fucked up? Just like you leave me with my medicine. I grow it myself. I use it myself. It treats myself. Leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
Don't tread on me, if you will.
People fucking dying.
Right. Let me have my fucking weed.
Jesus.
How is it hurting anybody else? Because it smells? Oh, fuck off.
I would say that commercially it does have its drawbacks for hurting folks. Like I think as cannabis people we could do better. But
Yes.
I think with time and research it won't matter. Like I'm also not a fan of big ag, as some people call it. And the guy that farms 10,000 acres, and I just saw a guy still harvesting corn right now. Mr. BTO, I guess, or lazy, one of the two.
Right.
But cannabis is very much the same way. You look at Southern California, and then in San Diego area, you got farms that are 200-acre greenhouses.
Jeez.
And you look at the Emerald Triangle, who went from having 10,000 commercial cannabis farmers to less than 1,000 now in the span of 4 years, where
Holy
it's
cow.
the best place to grow cannabis on the whole planet. Why they do it there and have for decades. Like it, big ag is consuming cannabis just the same.
That's fair.
And that kind of sucks.
Yeah. So now you're farming it and growing it. And then how many plants do you have active right now?
0.
0 right now. So you're no longer growing right now?
My green thumb, I have put on a break for a while. It's not something that commands my time. Like, and this is the thing. Like, remember when I said the first time I started growing was because it was too expensive to buy it?
Yep.
Mhm.
So back then, I could struggle to get $60 for an eighth of flower. Right now, I can go get an ounce of wax for $80
And
Damn.
how long will that last you?
over a month.
That
Holy
ounce of
shit.
wax. So that's doing pretty good.
So are you a light smoker now, would you call yourself?
No, I'd probably hit the rig like, I don't know, once an hour while I'm awake.
Really?
Try to stay high.
And it'll last
Uh,
that fucking long?
so now,
Yeah.
now we're inexperienced with dabs, which again, if you episode 2, Dab and Dick. But again, we tried it with the little spoons, and you heat up the end of the tube, and we're trying to inhale off there, and then you sucked it all up in the tube, and it was a whole mess. But with the dab rigs, makes it easier. So if you're taking the little spoons, a little tiny, I don't know, the size of
I pull bigger boogers out of my nose.
exactly. So a very tiny size.
Size of a grain of rice, maybe a little
Yeah.
bit bigger, roughly.
And so that much dab, how many hits or draws or whatever pulls do you get off of that? One big pull off of that. Okay. And then you'll do that once an hour, you're saying?
Yeah, once or give or take,
So you're having a
Sometimes
grain of
I'll-
rice. Okay. But you've got it measured, because it's your medicine. You know how to function and get by based on your usage. Self-medication, if you will. Because I was seeing a doctor that was trying to prescribe the head pills to get me with the depression and the anxiety. It was just miserable, the process of finding the right pill. And then just talking to her, I'm like, why can't I smoke weed? And she's like, well, you can. You just can't run it through insurance. Well, then fuck, I'm going to stop this trying and guessing and hoping and weaning myself on and weaning myself off. I'm going to smoke weed and be fine right now. And I've been better ever since. And we're 6 years post-traumatic brain injury, and I think I'm doing all right. But so dabs were all right. So a good dab rig, what does that set you back?
$50.
$50. Now
that's not bad.
A dab rig. Now they have what? There's usually glass.
I prefer glass, especially clear. It's easy to see when it's dirty. It's easy to see that watch the process as you're doing it. Helps with, getting a good smoke. And then what we call a bucket or a banger goes on that bong.
Yep.
Yep.
I have a banger.
And
Do you have the
just get it
Turk
red
balls?
hot and wait 25 seconds. Get your stick and rub your oil around the sides of the banger.
Mm-hmm.
And in mine, I've got a small marble, like
The
very
Turk
small
balls.
marble,
Yep.
and I put a cap on there that forces air in a cyclone fashion when I draw through to take my breath, which causes that marble to agitate around the bucket,
Yep.
spreading the oil around. So you're not sitting there having to do 5 or 6 pulls to clear it, to clear your little grain of rice hit. You can nail it all in one. And so, socially, I have no problem sitting around smoking 2 joints and spending 45 minutes.
Right.
But in the real world, if you're going to smoke cannabis and get shit done, you need to get that done in under a minute and move on with your life.
Right. You see it now.
I don't do it that way.
Yeah, see,
I'm
we're,
like,
we're
fuck
the
you, buddy.
opposites here. And I'm with you because finally somebody on my side. And I get his purpose. He likes to pack his own. He grinds it all. He stuffs it in the cones. And it's tedious. It's painstaking for me just watching the time he takes to fill all of his joints. But the sit around, smoke, talk, record an episode, I get it. I love it. I'm with you. But for me, I'm smoking a bowl. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to hit this bowl and get high. And then I'm going to go out and I'm going to get this done, that done, this done, and then come back and get some more.
Yeah, not me. I'm fucking smoking a joint while I'm plowing snow.
Well, I get we
fucking
work
Mr.
in
Plow,
different
just
roles.
going
We work
down
in
the-
different roles though because he's riding in a tractor, he's pushing snow, so it's a difference. So I get the casual. You can just gradually smoke, so I can understand that a little bit better than I'm using my hands, I'm typing, I'm doing other shit. So I want to hit it and then all right, now
it
I
and
can
quit it.
focus and I can function. Just like exactly you said, it slows my mind down enough to focus on what the fuck I'm doing. And that's exactly what I like it about. So South Dakota rejecting the bill. That's fucked up. Let's see. We talked about your first time, method of choice,
Help
reason for
them.
use.
Right. So what do you do when you're watching the Super Bowl? You smoke joints or smoke weed, or you drinking alcohol?
Okay, well, in California, I had a good set of friends. So I haven't had a Super Bowl in Oklahoma here yet.
Okay.
Just inside of 12 months. But last one was in Cali, and usually sit in the barn at my friend's house. He's always the host. Burn joint after joint because that's his preferred method. So,
Okay.
And then depending on who's around, do a dab or two. But just whatever. The Super Bowl's fine. I'm not watching the halftime show.
I got
That's a
you.
good time to go burn one.
Right.
Amen to that.
Right.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
Kentucky Oasis here. I've got this 76-inch TV here, but then I've got the sound piped into the speakers in the ceiling, but then I've got speakers outside. So I can go outside, flip on the sound out there, so I can still listen. I can watch through the window, see the TV, and then just be out there smoking. So I got to set up out here.
Yes.
But today, when it's just us recording here, then we just smoke right the fuck inside.
So who are you rooting for?
Man, as much as I have to say it, the Broncos, I'd guess.
Right. I have to agree with that.
Well, this
Wait,
episode's
who's
gonna
in it? Who's it? The Broncos are playing. Who's all the four?
Patriots,
Broncos and the Patriots.
Seahawks,
Seahawks.
Rams.
Yeah, Broncos. Yep.
So this episode's going to air next week, and we'll already know because we're recording it now before they play today, so we'll know your prediction if it's
Who do you think's going to be in it?
going to be
I'm
Patriots
hoping
again.
for Seahawks and Broncos.
Seahawks and Broncos.
Broncos.
You think the Broncos are going to make it even with Bo Nix out?
No, not a chance.
I got you. I don't think so either. Who do you think's going to be in it?
Seahawks, I guess. Like I don't see them. I don't see the Rams getting them by them. And who are the Broncos playing? I forgot.
Patriots. I'm pretty
The
confident. it's gonna be-
Cheatriots. Yeah, I'd rather not see the Cheatriots win.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Patriots and the Seahawks, but not that those are the teams I want to. Now we got a buddy that's a Seahawks fan, so I'll support
Who's
him for
that?
that. But Jesus,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, he's a
Chewy.
Seahawks fan. So,
Yes, Chewy.
but I know he's a Seahawks fan. Other than that,
Does he listen to the podcast?
I doubt it.
He probably doesn't.
Probably doesn't.
No.
Most of our friends don't.
No, that's fair.
There's a couple that do. Our one buddy does, who's healing up in the hospital. I don't think I want to mention his name. I know he listens. I hope he's doing better.
Yeah.
Pancreas and stuff. It's
Yeah,
not,
he
not
had-
good.
No,
Not
he
good.
had some.
But his kid
ducks
wrestles
cleaned out.
something he hasn't come with us. His kid wrestles, so I was able to record his kid wrestling when he couldn't be there. Luckily, I was the ringside announcer, the mat side announcer, and could record him wrestling and then get that to him while he's in the hospital. But so that's good. All right. Anything that you want to say to the cannabis community, to kind of, as we're trying to promote the awareness of cannabis for medical reasons, just everyday living, and don't be ashamed to be able to be public about it. Like from your point of view down there, like what do you want to say to the cannabis community, the Dick and Dank listeners, if you will, about weed?
What I would say is that one day we will all go to 7-Eleven and pick up our joints along with our Sixer and our Cheetos.
You think so?
And oh yeah,
I hope you're right.
How far away?
maybe 10 years, maybe not. What it really depends on is how fast the federal government moves to declassify or fully legalize. Because once J.R. Reynolds, Marlboro, and PepsiCo and Coca-Cola and Mars Candy finally decide that they're going to make money on edibles
We're fucked.
and pre-rolls,
Right.
you'll get your Marlboro Ultralights right next to your Marlboro Indicas. at
Oh
7-Eleven.
yeah.
Part of me doesn't like that, but part of me is really excited for that.
God bless late stage capitalism.
I agree.
Yeah, it's same. I want it everywhere, but also like, yeah, it was probably fun when it was illegal too, but I didn't really. I mean, briefly, I
and
took
then
a part
one
of
other
that.
thing I would say to the cannabis community is probably my coolest memory of growing pot is growing in the hills of Humboldt legally.
Yep.
And being in my garden, listening to Copperhead Road as the local sheriff's office helicopter flew over my garden and my neighbors' gardens and took their pictures for what they call campaign against marijuana production.
Oh, jeez.
And so it's a really cool thing to be jamming Copperhead Road when the boys got a chopper in the air and you can flip them the bird
Fuck yeah, man.
because you got a license.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Fuck the police.
Yeah, every once in a while you have those moments that just, it feels like you're in a movie. You know what I'm saying? I had that. It wasn't with cannabis, but, well, I might have been with cannabis because I'm sure I was high. But it was Father's Day, and we were boating on the river, and we've got the Mississippi River, so the current's pretty fast. Anyway, boating on the river, and we beached it in what we call the pits. So it's out of the current. It's like 30 feet deep water where they dredge for rock and stuff in there or whatever, or dump sand. Anyway, so we just drop anchor and you float. We beached it in there. And then my friend calls me. I said, hey, you heading out here? He's like, oh, no, I'm debating on this storm. It's like, what storm? And I look up over the little hill that was ahead of us, and there's just this huge-ass dark cloud just south of us where we just came out of our dock. It's like, oh, fuck. And I look at the radar on the map. I said, oh, fuck. And it was going to come right through there. It's like, well, if I get far enough north, I might be able to miss it. So I look around, the family's like, all right, pack up. We're leaving. So we hurried up. We grabbed all the shit. We dumped in the boat, and it was full speed upriver. And I can look, the water's calm, but the storm's coming upriver right behind us, black as fuck. It's like, oh, shit. I'm racing as fast as I can get there. We get up near Clinton, and it widens up. And right there, the storm started to catch us. It's starting to rain. And then the waves are just tossing us like this. I'm like, oh, fuck.
that.
Mother-in-law's on the boat. She's freaking out. She's got a life jacket on, holding on to another one. She's scared. Like, oh, shit. Water splashing over. I hurried up. We get it into the dock over there in Fulton, like spinning around, and I kind of tied it up, and then we grabbed our coolers off because it's still just sprinkling, just the wind is picking up like shit. And then get up there in a little canopy, and then, all right, we're docked up. We had our food, had a couple drinks, storm blows through, sun comes out, nice, calm ride all the way back down the road, just like it never happens. Like, man, that was the best Father's Day I could have. An adventure on the high seas all the way up there, and then have a couple of drinks, a little lunch, and just nice sunny cruise all the way back.
Klamath, California is where we stayed. I just looked it up.
Yeah, the river there, they just took the dam out. The salmon are actually running up it and spawning again.
Oh yeah, now that you say that, I remember seeing something about that. That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, saw a couple bears in the wild. That was cool.
Now
Oh,
you're
yeah, I had my bear experience.
Well, let's hear it.
Oh, dude, like my neighbors, one of my neighbors is from Mongolia. That was
Okay.
their first country. And they're cannabis cultivators and they're Buddhists. So they moved to the mountains of Humboldt and they don't own firearms. And they cultivate cannabis and they don't own firearms.
I'm hearing that you're trying to tell us something.
right.
So eventually they weren't real diligent about taking care of their trash.
Uh-oh.
And now they brought a bear to my neighborhood that I also now have to deal with every night because they don't take care of their trash. So
Right.
it's never fun to shoot a bear 10 yards from you.
Oh shit! Was it coming at you?
Well, what size of gun
This
did you
was at their
shoot it with?
farm. Their workers were about to quit. I mean, when I showed up with my bear tag, their workers were carrying around cans of bear spray.
Jeez.
So they were able to, keep their workers and finish the season out.
Jeez.
What's in the bear spray? Is that like mace for a bear?
I
or
don't
what?
know. I'd assume habaneros or some sort of hot pepper.
Yeah,
Why has it got to be racial?
I don't know.
It's racial.
Habanero.
Habanero.
Is that racial?
Oh,
That's a
forgive me.
pepper.
I'm half
I
Hispanic.
think he's
so
stoned.
I am stoned.
But I'm just curious. We don't have a lot of bears around here, so we don't have bear spray readily available. So I didn't know if that was like female urine or if it's like mace or what the fuck.
I think
I
it's.
don't know. I prefer lead. It seems to.
Oh,
work.
I agree. So what size weapon are you using against a bear?
30-06.
30 outside. It makes sense.
That seems like a pretty good size
Yeah.
caliber.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dad has one.
Dude, I took my boy fishing out there, and we walked down, and it was where the Klamath River met the ocean. And so, like, we walked down there, which was cool as fuck because there's all kinds of great big seals and shit on a big sandbar and stuff.
Yeah.
It was awesome. There was
Black sands.
well, yeah, and then on the side of the hill, or side of the mountain, up at the top, so gusting out the side, was a fucking cemetery. It was beautiful, overlooking where the Klamath River comes out. But anyway, we're down there, and my boy and I are fishing for 5 minutes, and my boy's like, "Hey, I want to walk over there and buy those weeds," and I'm like, "Well, let's look over there and make sure there's no bears, just to make sure, you know." And so I look and, okay, you're fine. And then I look across the river and there's a fucking bear that's clearly been sitting there before we got there. And I'm a fucking moron and didn't see it. Jesus Christ, I about shit myself. Went back to the truck, got my 357, came back, and we kept fishing, and the bear took off. And then, like, it takes off, and then I see it go upriver, and it swims across the Klamath River, and there's like a sandbar or something in the middle, but I never saw it swim across the other channel to get on our side. So I was like, you know what? Why don't we get the fuck out of here?
I'm not going to stick around and find out.
I think if it was coming after us, it would have come straight across the river, but this dumbass from the Midwest wasn't sticking around.
Maybe it's friendly.
I don't think it was Yogi Bear.
Hey, boo-boo.
Yeah, I don't think so. I wasn't going to find out.
Fair enough. Gosh, I forgot what I was going to say.
I don't know. I'll have to see if I can find pictures of that. You have to post them on the webpage.
So you said your fishing trip way up north
Yeah.
that I can't go on.
You pussy.
Yeah, I know it happens. Yeah. So almost to the Canadian border, and that's going when? Next
2 weeks. 2 weeks from tomorrow, I think. I go
2
up there.
weeks from tomorrow. Now you're going to have better internet service. We're going to be able to record an episode where
I hope so.
You're there, I'm here.
I hope so. I've heard conflicting reports. One of my buddies one time said that, well, we have reservations for an ice house, staying out on Lake of the Woods.
Has his electricity, internet, and stuff.
Has a
Generator?
Yeah, has a generator.
Okay.
Has a satellite TV.
Devin Gambo going?
Devin is not going.
Not going. So
No.
just you and your fishing buddies.
Me and my one buddy, and then his buddy, who will be my buddy when we get done.
And they're all
He
weed
likes to-
smokers?
Yeah.
Oh.
My buddy isn't a weed smoker, but he's an edible guy. So,
Fair enough.
but his friend is a smoker, so we'll get fucking high as shit.
Well, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And catch some fish.
Yeah. Unless we end up staying on shore, things might change. I don't know. We'll see.
Right on. So things we wanted to add to the show that email the mailbag, if you will. You know, if you want to email Dank at dickanddank.com, and then we'll answer those questions right here on our podcast, whether it's whatever the next episode. We'll go to the mailbag and answer viewer or listener.
Or if you think you'd be a good guest,
Yeah, if you want to be a guest, same email. You
Send
want to
us an email.
advertise, same email.
tell us about yourself. Go
Yeah.
from there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tinfoil Sombrero 2. Why that name?
Well, I'm half Hispanic, so the sombrero is an ode to my half of my family, and then the tinfoil because every good conspiracy theorist or awake person needs to have a tinfoil hat.
It's fair. Speaking of, you clearly lived out in the middle of the desert. UFOs in Arizona?
Never had that experience.
Damn it. All right.
Hmm.
I was hoping
You're
you'd
always
be
about
like,
the aliens, aren't you?
fuck yeah, they're cool as shit, dude.
Oh, all right. Well, you want to ask him where we came from? How'd we get here? Where did it all begin?
No, I wasn't going to, but
okay.
should I?
Well, it could have been aliens, is what I'm saying. We came here by aliens.
Oh, I don't know. There's
My
some-
theory is Adam and
You-
Eve were
you
aliens
mean-
that landed here
You
and
mean
started.
the ancient astronaut theory?
Yes, that's. Wait,
Aliens.
you'll have to elaborate.
Sounds possible. I've seen a lot of evidence to support that idea.
That what? Adam and Eve were aliens that landed here and started.
or that they were just the original slaves they created to mine gold, but before they left.
Yeah, there's something there with the fucking Bible and the Book of Enoch and.
So they left these two here to mine for gold.
No, so I'm gonna fuck this up, but basically, there's some books from the Bible that have been omitted, and one of them is the Book of Enoch, and it talks about how that there was gods that created humans to be their slaves.
Gods that created humans to be their slaves.
Yep.
There are a lot of different religions. If you study
So
religion.
when they go back to Greek religion and gods, those are just aliens that came down and said, "Hey, do this for me."
I don't
you can
know.
look at the Aztecs and the Mayans. You can look at the Indians.
Look at the fucking the
The pyramids are telling them where to land on our planet.
dude. I just listened to Joe Rogan podcast, and they had some fella that had some fancy equipment from Italy talking about. He was the one that figured out that there's like a bunch of coils and poles and shit underneath the pyramids.
Yes,
Bunch of
they're a
what?
giant power plant.
Yeah.
Oh, I could see that. Maybe.
I'm like, this is fucking groundbreaking shit, and he looks at me. Yeah, I can see that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's there for a reason. Same thing with the Stonehenge. I mean, it's there for a reason. It's a sundial or some shit. I don't know, but
Have you ever seen fucking cave paintings and shit? Like, they fucking make paintings of shit that isn't normal. And I mean, maybe they're on peyote, but I don't know.
But you made fun of me because I bring it up that I feel it was that cannabis was in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
Dunk did some research because we told her last time our
shit.
our fact checking, and it said right here. Let's see. Pointed to the use of cannabis incenses at gravesite at a group known as the Proto-Indo-Europeans, the Kurgans, who occupied what is now Romania 5,500 years ago. The discovery of a smoking cup, which contained remnants of charred hemp seeds at the sites, documents that 3,500 years before Christ's humanity had been using cannabis for religious purposes for millennia. Yeah.
So you're
The
saying
peace pipe ain't nothing new, man.
no,
5,500 years ago, they have remnants of cannabis being smoked right there.
right?
I mean, it's been here for a long time. I tell you, it was here for us, for the human condition, to heal us, to treat us. There's so many different plants for all the different ailments. If you want to say holistic or healing, or what do we call it? Homeopathic medicine, whatever you will. I don't care. It's here. You can grow your own medicine. They're hiding it from us because they want to make money and they have to profit off of it. They have to control the little ants on the hill. No, you can't have what should be free to you. We're going to charge you for it. If they could charge us for air, they would.
Oh yeah,
Look how much we pay for fucking water just to drink.
right.
Well, I'm an animal science major. I'd take a bunch of biology courses and physiology courses, and I learned all about all of the different systems that we mammals have. But there's one system I was not taught about, the endocannabinoid system. So if we have that system, why did we either evolve it or why were we endowed with it? However, you choose to look backwards in time, if it wasn't necessary or needed or is part of our normal being.
Exactly. We have cannabis to treat your endocannabinoid system.
Jesus, I thought stoners were stupid. You clearly can't be stupid. I can't say that fucking word.
I actively try to learn something new every day.
See? Look at that. And we're
And you're
trying to
high
teach
when you do
people
it.
on this show.
Yeah,
Always learning here on Dick and Dank.
right.
So if you could spread the word tinfoil sombrero too about Dick and Dank, that'd be fantastic. So this episode will air next week. So when we're watching the NFC AFC championships, you could be listening to this episode 43.
The championship isn't today.
No,
Then next week's Pro Bowl week.
Fuck, I didn't know that.
wait, today is. But today is the championship. Sorry, next week we'll watch it. No, is there a week before the Super Bowl? I'm sorry, you're right. Today is the championship, but next week,
Is a Pro Bowl.
yeah, because sometimes it's after the Super Bowl and then nobody watched it, so then they moved it back before the Super Bowl, I think. So
Right.
it's hard to, I think they should let the teams have an extra week to rest, prepare for the game. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the biggest game of the year. It's a championship. Give them an extra week to heal and get everybody qualified to play if they can.
Unless your name is Bo Nix.
Right. What did I hear? Isn't he they were trying to do something where he could play?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Like trying to numb it or do something stupid. I don't know what it was, but I don't pay attention.
Don't do it, Bo. Fucking, that can't be good.
No.
Smoke a joint, run out there. I got this.
I've just seen Varsity Blues way too many times.
Amen to that.
Right. So the at No Steppy 420 on X. So is you're like Dick on X where it's you're just trolling for those anti-cannabis people and trying to shut them the fuck down?
Most of the time they find me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they invade my posts. They swerve into my lane.
So now, do you
and
think those people are legitimately against cannabis, or are they strictly internet trolls and they'll do anything to anybody just because it pisses you off? Because there are people out there just to do that. I'll say whatever the opposite is just to piss you off.
I would say that one of them's a rage baiter, but most of and I like this guy. I still follow him and like his stuff because I find value in it. Like he does a lot of things with his crops that I did with my cannabis crops. He uses he amends soil with earthworm castings and tries to be natural and grow an organic product. And he's an internet troll, don't get me wrong, but I actually find value in his posts when it comes to commercial ag. Like, wow, I did that. If only you knew. Those pot smokers you don't like very much, you farm just like they do.
And you did it before him.
Maybe, I'm not real sure of his timeline, but no, I think the trolls are just the trolls. But on the reverse side of that, I've got countless messages in my DMs from people in ag that that have messaged me and asked for information, clarification, direction. And I talked to them honestly about the medicinal effects and things. Unfortunately, it's just not real socially popular in agriculture yet. It's kind of shunned as a whole.
But it's
So
growing.
those trolls exist.
Yeah.
The more guys like us talk about it, the more normal it gets.
That's what we're
As I
hoping
was
for.
told, incredibly based. I still disagree with you.
I don't even know what that means.
I didn't either.
Well, we're trying to be the voice of cannabis, or at least a promoter, supporter, and trying to get people to support us. So if you'd like to help grow our podcast, grow our message, help us reach the masses with our cannabis or our cannabis message, if you will, go to our website and donate if you can, and then we can get better equipment. We're working on trying to get a studio. I hear it's a rumor that might be true.
I got to do some following up.
All right. So a studio would be badass. Other than the Kentucky Oasis, I mean, it's working for us. I like it. I've got it set up quite nice, but it's my garage. So. Yeah. Out of Kentucky would be nice.
You want your garage back? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't mind it. It's easy for me because it's, I work from home. I can walk upstairs. I'm at that job. I walk out in the garage. I'm at this job. So it's just I never get out. This is my social life.
Fair.
That's it for today's Dope Discussions with Dick and Dank. You can binge us on Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and SoundCloud, where you can even grab our theme song. True fans? Well, you know where to go, right to our website. Subscribe and get the newsletter from our vertically challenged distant assistant, Dank. Yes, Dank. Writes better emails than we do. Follow us on Facebook, Blue Sky, and X. But if you really want to get the inside scoop, hit us up on Instagram at DopeDiscussions_Dick and Mr. Dank5. Got questions or want to advertise? Email dank@dickanddank.com. Until next time, stay dope, stay dank, and keep those discussions rolling. It's been great, Bob. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm sure we like to revisit guests here in the future. If you'd be willing to, we'd like to check in on you later in the future and see how things are going.
Sounds good to me, guys. Thanks for having me here.
All right. Thanks, Bob. You've been great.
Yeah, here we go. Good night.
Talking things and important facts, like what's next, give me gas. There's a place that you wanna go. The clientele is really slow. DickandDank.com, oh yeah. DickandDank.com, alright.
We'll get this stuck in people's heads at some point.
I hope so.
I hope so. It's catchy.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
And he sucked.
Who sucks?
It's the singing.
Well,
The guy on the couch is not a good singer. Neither am I.
but I did like the upgraded version with Frank Whistle.
But Frank Whistle is much better.
He is.
We need to have him on again.
Coming soon. We're going to get that shuffleboard
I
episode.
think I'm officially a
This is
little
probably why I
dumber
moved us off to
after
the side.
listening to that.
I like it.
He's probably right.
I was
though.
actually thinking that as soon as you said that.
He's pretty smart.
Perfect.
Probably.
Good time.
I mean,
How
honestly,
good did that feel? Honestly.
pretty good, I think.
You two are fucking weird. Although the smile is way bigger.
Right? We're going to have another Dab and Dick episode. You wait.
If all I had to do was drag iron around the dirt all day, I'd be fucking chiefing joints too.
Discover your new favorite sound with music by Ernie. Now streaming on SoundCloud. Fresh tracks, unique vibes, and music that moves you. Don't wait. Search Music by Ernie today on SoundCloud.